Hi there, I am Star Penn and I am your leaky gut coach. I am also the founder and creator of the JIA Blueprint, where I help moms to reverse their children's juvenile arthritis, uveitis, or really any neurological or behavioral disorder that they have going on. Now, a big question that I get from most of my moms, because we are here to heal, is what supplements do I need to buy? And that's what I want to talk with you about today, because we want to know what we can do to support our child's body and get it the best healing possible. And so that is a wonderful question, and something that that once we become knowledgeable on this can really give us the confidence to really know what it is exactly that we're doing here and what it is exactly that we're up against. So when I think of some of the supplements that are touted around juvenile arthritis, a lot of times we think of inflammation. And so a lot of those supplements would be, what do you think? Turmeric is a big one. CBD oil is another big one. Vitamin D, very popular. I hear vitamin C a lot as well. And you've probably heard of some too. Now, if you've been following my channel for a while, you may already be aware that the root issue of your child's condition is actually a leaky gut. And so then we have a whole other slew of supplements there, right? L-glutamine is popular, right? Glutathione, collagen powder. We think these heal the gut, things like that, right? Well, before I get into this, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and go ahead and give it a thumbs up, give it a like, so that way more people who are looking for this kind of information will see that the YouTube algorithm will see that it's valuable and that people like it, and it will make sure that other people are put in front of this very helpful information. Because let's face it, number one, supplements are by nature expensive. And unfortunately, all we really have to go on with a supplement is the label. And we look for labels that maybe look expensive and they don't look maybe cheaply made, but that's just a cover. That's not the book. Or maybe we look for supplements that aren't super inexpensive. We think, well, those must not be good. This really expensive one is probably much better, so I'll get this one. Whatever the process is that we go through when it comes to picking out our supplements for our children, or for ourselves for that matter, regardless of what that process is, what we want to really understand, and you may or may not already know this, but the supplement industry, I guess we'll call it, they are not, and it'll say it right on the bottle, so it's not a secret, but they're not FDA approved, I guess you could say. They're not policed. There's no way to really back up a lot of their claims. So we're taking the word of the manufacturer for it. This is not to say, I'm not trying to say that supplements aren't of high quality, because there are plenty of really, really high quality whole food, or just supplements that are the real deal. They're clean, they're good, they're powerful, they do what they say. So this isn't to poo-poo the supplement industry, just pointing out a couple things before I get to my thoughts on what supplements your child needs for their juvenile arthritis. So number one, they are very expensive. Number two, we really don't know what's in them. And I mean, have you heard of a placebo effect before? I mean, that's a real thing. So we don't know what's in them. That's just, a fact. But let's really talk about our children's body and the condition that it's in, and whether or not we should use a certain supplement at this stage of the game. So if your child has just been diagnosed with juvenile arthritis, or even if you've known for a while, but you haven't done any real internal healing of the gut, whether you're coming from the medical route and finding my videos, or maybe you've been doing some really healthy eating, maybe you've been, doing certain health protocols and things like that, unless you are at a place in your child's healing where your child's gut has been sealed. If you need more explanation on this, you're going to have to check out some of my older videos. But the very brief explanation is that the root of this are toxins getting out into your child's bloodstream and into their connective tissue and fatty areas via the gut. So there's work that needs to be done that supplements are not going to do. This needs to be done with nutrition. And this is what the body recognizes. Even a lot of these vitamin D supplements, they're synthetic. They're synthetic. That's why people can say, oh, I'm low on vitamin D. My doctor says take vitamin D, and I take it, and I take it, and take it. I'm low. It's synthetic. It might be vitamin D under a microscope or in a lab result, but the body doesn't receive it the way it receives real vitamin D. That's just one example. Okay. That's just one example of, a supplement, that isn't going to necessarily benefit us at this very moment. So if your child's gut is leaking, this is no time for a supplement, because I want to have you have a visual with me. Picture a gut, whatever, cartoon visual, right? And it's leaking. Right? Everything that goes in, it's coming out, whether it be food particles, whether it be fecal matter, whether it be pathogens, whether it be supplements. Think about that. What if vitamin D were to get out into the bloodstream? Is that an invader? It is. Even a probiotic in the bloodstream would be considered an invader. These things do not belong in the blood. Does that make sense? They don't belong in the blood. So there's going to be an immune response to these things. So this is what we want to get away from. We want to get away from thinking a pill is our solution and throwing stuff at the JIA, at the inflammation, at, even at the gut. We've been indoctrinated with this like pill, save your pill mentality. Okay. So at least picture that at first, that anything that we put in our child's gut, if it's leaking, which it most likely is, like I said, unless you're already kind of far along on the path and you already know how to do these things and you've already sealed your child's gut, which is step one. Then you've also healed the internal lining of the gut, because it's more than just sealing it off and keeping it from getting out, right? Now there's an absorption issue. So we have the problem that the gut is leaking and the actual supplements themselves are getting into the bloodstream, which is causing an inflammation response in its own right. We also have the fact that the gut is so broken down and so off balance that even when we take a supplement in, it just washes right over. A lot of it never even gets absorbed. So there's the sealing part, which happens pretty quickly. And then there's the healing part, which takes more time, right? So you think about if you had an open wound and you got stitches, okay, we fixed it. That's the sealing of the gut part. That happens pretty quickly. And then there's the healing part, It takes a while especially if it's a picture of a bad wound, right? It takes a while. So we have the healing part. We have all these and we still haven't addressed the imbalance, right? We have to rebalance. We have to eliminate a good amount of these pathogens. We need to repopulate with the good bacteria. So once we do all those things, then our child's body, what we send down there, the good bacteria that was supposed to be in charge of absorbing these nutrients, they're back. They're back, baby. They're back. And now when nutrition comes in, they can take it and they can assimilate it and they can give it to the parts of the body that need it. And now we have a healthy, vibrant child. So then let me ask you, if we got our child's body into that condition to where now they can absorb nutrients from their food, from healthful foods, would they even need supplements? The answer is maybe one or two, maybe. In the beginning of the healing, yes, 1 or 2. But right now, not only could they be adding, because you're just another thing that you're putting down there that is getting out into the body that's a foreign substance. So not only can they be hurting your child, and not only are they expensive, but they also probably aren't being absorbed by the body anyway. So I hope this information is helpful to you, because we will literally do anything to heal, to reverse, to help our child and their arthritis or uveitis or whatever it is that they're dealing with. We'll climb any mountain, we'll traverse any sea. And I know you guys do a ton of research and you're always looking for something. So I really hope this video didn't discourage you and make you think, oh, got all these probiotics and all this CBD and or whatever, turmeric, whatever you've gotten. You can use them eventually, to finish them up and things like that. But until you seal the gut, definitely not, because we don't want them getting out to the bloodstream. And until you heal the gut and rebuild the gut, probably not, because you might just be wasting your product on a body that can't even receive it. So put them to the side for now. There's a time and place. And let's work on healing it. Let's work on reversing it and getting their body in optimum position to where their food will be thy medicine, right? And isn't that what we want? So thank you so much for watching this video. Again, please subscribe if you haven't yet and give it a thumbs up, and I will see you on the next one. Alrighty, thanks.